anybody or whoever's out there. I have a wait for a little while. While I'm waiting, some of the things I want to look at. Barr, of course, with this Flynn thing, but I think enough people have read on the Flynn stuff. But I'll have a quick look at it. I mean, a lot of people have read on, Barr wanting to drop the charges against Flynn. The question I'm going to have is not why or how, is it going to do any good in the end? Hello, Sheila. How are you? Hi, Lucian. Sheila, how are you? I watched your video. Oh, well, I have been watching your daily updates with Trump. Have you been using the haunted deck like yesterday's? I really like the look of the deck you've been using. Thank you, darling. They're frangipani clips. So, which are, of course, I grew up in North Queensland, which is on the other side of the country and in the top half of the country from where I am now. Thank you, Sheila. And yeah. Oh, you've been binging on live. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Patricia. Hi, Larry girl. It's lovely for you to visit me. I really, really love that you guys want to watch me. Hi, John Pelosi. Haven't seen your name for a little while. Yeah. Yeah, the haunted deck. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting that one. So it's got some lovely visuals. So I'm thinking about doing a order on Amazon or Book Depository. So yeah. So yeah, I'm going to look at Barr and the Flynn thing, but not so much why and what I want to do, but is their strategy going to work in the end? Because it's a bit of a damned if they do, damned if they don't, because situation here, which I can't remember who pointed out that, whichever way they go, that doesn't mean he's not going to have to answer questions later. So you're multitasking today, Larry girl. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Laurie girl. Larry girl. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see anyone on live, but then I've not got I don't subscribe to every channel, but yeah, but the usual ones that everyone knows and loves, I've subscribed to them, but I didn't see anyone else on live, so I hope everyone's going well. If anyone's got a question that they'd like me to answer, I'm going to look at the coming week for Trump and Trump's reaction to this leaked phone call where Obama allegedly said that the Trump administration's handling of it was chaotic. It was a chaotic disaster. And Obama saying, I'm campaigning for Biden. I want to see Trump's reaction to that. Yeah, Kayleigh McEnany, in the same article I read, she said, the Trump administration's handling of the virus has been unprecedented. Hello, Georgie Moon. It's lovely to see you. I know you're a couple of hours ahead of me over in Brisbane. You're in Brisbane, aren't you, Georgie? And so you're a couple of and have anyone who is a mum, happy Mother's Day. I'm not a mum myself. Well, I'm a fur baby mum. My sister always sends me a happy Mother's Day thing. And I said, well, I'm not a mother. She said, you got fur babies? You're a fur baby mum. So if you're a mum of children or a mum of fur babies, happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Yes, you're in Brizzy, yeah. What's it like over there? We've had a bit of easing of restrictions here. But, yeah. I'm going to look at some Australian politics at some time soon, but I'm just going to wait until things settle down a bit more. They're starting to settle back into the partisan stuff. Yeah. What else am I looking at? Oh, polls have suggested, apparently, this is also from the same article I read with Obama, that Trump and Biden, it's a tight race. Is it really? Let's have a look. A lot of restrictions, yeah. Patricia Ray, hello. Yeah. But is it really? Yes, we went to a shopping centre yesterday, and I said there were so many people there, and I said to my husband, I don't ever want to go to a shopping centre on the weekend again. Saturday and Sunday, no, just no, too many people. When you're not a big rushing, it was just so many people out there. I think too, everyone going and getting Mother's Day gifts and everything, and they had some places have. There's still a lot of stores that aren't open, but others are. So, yeah. You know, I've seen a few reports. I have the headlines up on the other screen of numbers starting to increase again in some countries, and I'm just going to ask if there's a second. Yes, they are horror shows, Georgie. But there's a second wave of COVID-19 starting now. I don't think this thing is weather based. I really don't. I think it's got a mind of its own, you know. So yeah. And the other thing I'm thinking of looking at is the Trump administration. I'm assuming it's them. The US has blocked a vote in the UN Security Council on declaring a ceasefire in all countries, so that you give them a better chance of coping with COVID-19. And they're saying, it's because of, you know, this we need more transparency and we're not happy with what China wants to do and stuff like that. What's really behind it? So I don't know how many people are watching. I just have the StreamYard on because, yeah, I mean, I suppose I can bring up a second window and just hang on a minute, pop that up. Just for a minute. I mean, I don't usually stress about how many people are watching or whatever or viewing, so I don't think it's going to come up on that anyway. So just excuse me, I'm just going to pop over to my other. I have another login for YouTube, which I use on the television, where I watch a lot of things. So, how many people watched Becca's Grand Tableau with Trump last night? I'm partway through watching it, but I really. Oh, and please press the thumbs up too. Really interested, learning a lot from that particular thing. So, yeah. Okay. So, has anyone got a particular question that they'd like to ask? 11. What's 11, John? Tallulah with Johnny on. Oh, Johnny! I don't mind who I'm competing with. You know, it's not a huge thing. So, but I'm not hopping off today. Yeah. Here I am. $11 watching. Yeah, there's 11. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not too bothered with that. Just said that. Anyway. Silly McEnany. I have her down too. Kaylee McEnany. I've got her down too. I want to do a reading on her. How long she's going to last? I'm not worrying. We'll just hello, Sharon. Thank you for joining. I'm not worried how many people join me or don't. I mean, people watch later as well, and it's fine. No. And I hope you guys enjoyed the fun readings I did with the last live I did earlier in the week with the unicorns and dragons. That was so much fun to do. They were absolutely so much fun to do. She will be there 4th of July. Who's that? Kaylee McEnany. Hello, Eunice. Hello, how are you? It's lovely to see you. Lovely to see your name. It's always nice. Just going to do a couple more minutes, and then we might get underway. And yeah, so I've got Kaylee McEnany there. Yeah, but yeah. So is Europe? I'm going to ask: is Europe starting a second wave of COVID-19? So Europe, not including the UK, continental Europe, we'll call it. Paula White and Melania in a fight. Paula White. She was at the prayer day. Is that White House prayer day or something? Paula White versus Melania. That would be an interesting smackdown to watch, wouldn't it? Yeah, I wonder if Paula White and Trump are. I'll definitely have a look at that too. But we might get underway. And first thing I want to look at is this Barr Flynn situation. Not so much why. I think we can all figure out why. A lot of the readers are saying Flynn's got a lot of information on Trump too, and he's told Trump to get me out of this or else. The question I'm going to ask is it going to do him any good in the end? Because there are two ways they can go. They can still convict him and Trump can pardon him. And then, well, Flynn can't then invoke the Fifth Amendment. So he so they can question him and all sorts, anything else regarding that. And he can't invoke the Fifth. He can't be tried again, of course, and everything, but can't invoke the Fifth. They can't acquit him, of course, because or they can drop the charges, and then when a new administration comes in, Judge Sullivan can allow the charges to be dropped, and when a new administration comes in, they just whack him back in there again, and maybe even add a couple of extra charges. Okay, they might not even bother to recharge him with that stuff and then just charge him with something else. Okay, so is the world just flipped. I would say the world is watching, but a lot of the world is watching in a way is that it's an unusual thing. But I'd say this is also the end of one journey. This decision's going to be made soon about what to do. Okay. It could be certainly didn't comport himself as he should have in the position he was in, from what I've read or heard. What was great, Lucian, the Unicorns and Dragons reading? Yes, yeah. Oh, if they go the route of dropping the charges and then recharging him later, there's no way he'd get a plea deal. No way. Anyway, will it do any good? That is the question I'm going to ask. Things might look a little bit yellowy at the moment with the natural light coming through. I like natural light as much as possible. But I've got these green vertical blinds, and it's sort of just a hint of greenish in the air. Well, whatever happens with Flynn, well, whatever they do with Flynn, whether it's dismiss the charges or pardon him, will it do any good in the end? Let's have a look. Two of Swords, this is the decision. We'll have a quick look on the bottom too. Four of Swords. Either way, he's going to end up somewhere where he's in a resting position. Okay, Two of Swords, decision, making crossroads. The challenge with the decision is the conflict it's causing, whether to pardon him or to drop the charges. It's going to cause conflict. What's at the base of it all? Yeah, hope. Trump hoping that he can get him off somehow so that he doesn't spill the tea on Trump. That's what's at the base of it all. How has the past affected what's happening now? The Ace of Pentacles. Well, this is Ace of Pentacles, offers of money. Hello, Linnea Hood. Thank you for joining us. I will do a quick reading on Barr too, Linnea. Yes. Okay. So at the moment, we're just doing not why they want to do it or what the result will be. Is whatever the question I'm asking is, whatever the result will be with Flynn, is it going to do any good? So this is all about money he was paid, not doing the right thing and reporting things and everything, and that's led up to all this situation for him now. What's happening in the present with him? Four of Wands. Is he in jail at the moment? He wants to go home and he's looking forward to going home. So I think he thinks he's going to get out soon. If he's not, if he's in jail, if he's not in custody, he's just at home. Okay. Immediate future, strength. That's interesting. He's going to need some strength in his immediate future. Well, there's a strong case. It's a very strong case. Yeah, he's not in jail. He's at home. So he's sitting at home at the moment, just waiting to see what happens. His immediate future strength. He's going to need strength or much stronger case. They're going to strengthen the case of letting him go. There's a lot of people in high places behind this, so I think that support is going to increase. Drop the charges, because I think he's got stuff on a lot of people, not just Trump. Oh, don't worry about that, Sharon. Wendy, hello. So, what's in Flynn? So we're having a look at what good is it going to do in the end anyway? Is it going to work? So there's a lot of strength for the immediate future. I think there's going to be a lot of arguments for, against, and I think this is Sullivan, I think, not the support for him. I'll do a clarification on that. In his environment at the moment, 5 of Cups, loss and regret. Well, this is hanging around. So loss and regret is hanging around him at the moment. What are other people seeing? Princess of Cups. They're not happy with hearing this. They are not happy at all. This is not good news for them. It upset a lot of people. Especially in the DAJ, the lower ranks who do the right thing have just been trying to write out these most corrupt of AGs ever. I don't think Sessions would have allowed this to happen. I don't think Sessions would have done that, Sessions is not that there's a lot in Sessions' favour, but he allowed things to happen in the DOJ as they should. And I think that was why Trump wanted to get rid of him. He refused to mess with that stuff. Is it going to do any good for the Trump administration anyway? So what is the hopes and fears? There's a lot more going to come out about this, and very, very quickly in a short amount of time. But when the final outcome comes about, it's going to happen very quickly, and there's going to be a lot happening with it. So they're like, can we stop stuff coming out? That's their hopes, that they can stop stuff coming out and stop indictments in the future. And their fears are that they can't. Jabba the Barr. What is the final outcome going to be for this this whole situation? Is it going to do any good anyway? 9 of Cups. I think this is either way. Most Americans want to see this man brought to justice, and either way that wish is going to come true. Because if he can't plead the fifth on this thing, and he can be charged for other things as well. I think they've got a lot on him. So either way, whichever way it goes, America's going to get this wish. I'm going to clarify that. So first we'll clarify the strength card. The strength card, is that Sullivan? Is the strength card Sullivan? Ten of Swords, no. It's not Sullivan. The Strength card is all those it's all those people. This is interesting. This is all those people who Flynn has info on and knows that he knows a lot of secrets about a lot of people, and it's all them who are putting pressure on for this to happen, not just Trump, but the pressure on Barr to drop things is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So now the Nine of Cups. Is Flynn gonna end up in jail eventually anyway? Princess of Swords, Page of Swords, that's a yes. Somebody else is going to come out and tell some tales on him. Yeah. So look, whatever happens in the immediate future with him getting off or that, no, this is, yeah, it's not Sullivan. But whatever happens, he's going to end up behind bars eventually anyway, because he can't plead the fifth. And you know what? Whatever happens, nobody's going to do anything more with him until the new administration comes in. I'll ask that question. Will the new administration go after Flynn? Nine of Wands, that's a yes. They are building up their cases. They're already building up their case for it. And Knight of Swords is a yes too. Yeah, they're going to go after him anyway. So it's not a nothing burger. What Barr is doing does constitute an abuse of power, at least in my personal view. So it is not a nothing burger. But his efforts and all this bamboozling and stuff is all going to be in vain. So, yeah. Oh, just putting the cards away. I'm just going to turn off the YouTube over here and switch the account back to Footprint, and then I'm going to turn it off. I've never really been a numbers watcher, and yeah, it's just, I'm happy that anyone wants to join me. So. Hello, Linda Barorian. How are you? Lovely. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah. So we've just gone through not why the Trump administration or why Barr's pushing to let Flynn off the hook or anything. Is it going to do any good in the end anyway? And the story is basically no. He's going to end up going to jail anyway. But Debbie Craddock, hello. I have not seen your name before. Welcome very much. It's lovely to see you, and welcome, and thank you for joining in the fun. I always like to think everyone has fun watching me. That's my base personality. It's just, I'd rather laugh than cry. Laughing till you cry is a good one. With all the White House people testing positive, with all the White House people, will Ivanka, or what self-respecting virus would go near Ivanka? So Will any of the Trumps test positive? And what about Pence as well? Pence's, Trumps and Pence's. Oh, no, I'm not, Debbie. I can be as mean as a cut snake. I'm fuzzy. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's have a look. Barr. What is... A lot of people have thought that are speculating that Barr's going to leave soon. So let's have a look at Barr. Is he going to leave soon? So I'll just those cards. I like to have candles burning. I like fragrance candles, and I like to have them burning and stuff. And sometimes I'll cleanse the cards as well using the flame, and as well as shuffling. But yeah, I went out and I stocked up on some candles over the last week or so. Yeah, we just Patricia, right? Yeah, you were here. We were doing Michael Flynn. So okay. Well, it's usually mad as a cut snake, but yeah, I can be mad as a cut snake too. And, you know, what I've seen, sometimes, depending where they're cut, they can take a while to die. And, yeah, you can't just assume. Oh, Four of Wands. That just flipped over. Now, looking at Barr, home, he's thinking of home, of his home environment. I'm not going to look at his family and what his wife thinks. Some readers have come up with his wife's not happy and all that. Yeah, I mean, it could be the end of his marriage too. You never know. But I tend to try and steer clear of that for most cases. Most cases. So, yes, I think they've got a lot more in the wings for Michael Flynn. So, yeah, mad as a cut snake and off like a rat up a drain pipe. Another one. Hi, Becca. Thank you so much for joining me. I was just saying before, I was watching last night on my telly, which has my other YouTube thing, your Trump, the grand tableau with Trump, and I'll tell you, I am learning so much from that, and I've only gotten part of the way through, so I've got to finish watching it. But oh yeah, it's because I am learning Lenormand, and Kipper I've picked up pretty quickly, but Lenormand I'm taking a lot more time. Take me a bit longer. So I'm learning so much from that. And yeah, would kill a robber's dog. Oh yeah. I wouldn't kill any dog. It's not the dog's fault that a robber owns it. So yeah, so I'm learning so much from that last live reading you did. I actually stopped at where you went to get your pizza. Hi, Zelda. How are you? Anyway, so we are looking at Barr. What is in the wind for Barr in the next, we'll say the next couple of months. I'll do a cross on it. Connie Brown, Deb Z, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Okay, let's see. What's on the bottom of the deck? The Hangman. He seems to be in limbo at the moment. He's not sure what he's going to do, what he wants to do. Hi, Cappy's mum. So we're looking at Barr. So we've got the Hangman on the base of the deck. So he's sort of not sure what he's going to be doing at the moment. Here he is, 6 of Cups. Oh, he's wishing he never, ever, ever took the position on. Hi, Keisha Harris. Welcome. Connie Brown. Hi. Deb Zed. Hi. Debbie Craddock. Yep. You've been like Sheila, have you been having a different cocktail with every different live stream or something? That's a good idea. But I don't drink a lot. I think it'd just have to be the bottle of Bailey's. Crazy Cat Lady Farley, hello. Anyway, so Barr is sitting in that office wishing he'd never, ever, ever taken up the position. Oh, you won't go through withdrawal tomorrow. Becca, aren't you and Johnny and Jen Lynn on tonight, your time or something? Let's see. So he's sitting in his office wishing he'd never taken up the position. His challenge is defending himself, building up his resources, trying to defend himself because people are not happy. There is talk of maybe him, Congress impeaching him. You know, Gmail 5, hi, welcome. 9 of Wands. So at the base of it all for him, oh, he's feeling out in the cold. People are freezing him out. I think for a lot of the Department of Justice, they put up with a lot, but he's really, really getting messages from the ranks. They're not happy. Messages from the ranks. And also, I think there's a few Republicans that are just like, no, we do not want to know. Yes, he's being frozen out, and he knows that. And this is at the base of what's happening with him at the moment for the next few months. So he's wishing he never took it up. He's building up his defenses. He's really feeling frozen out in the cold. Hi, Debbie Ann. His past actions, how have they, what effect have they had? Well, he's been colluding with others on all this, with Trump and whoever else. Yeah, I should imagine any decent attorney would be livid, and any decent, yeah. As I said, the reading I did just before this, Connie, was, is it going to do Flynn any good anyway? No, he's going to end up in jail anyway. But this abuse of power is just wrong. Purple Rain, hello. So this is Trump working with others, colluding to come up with this ridiculous plan. Not Trump, Barr, come up with this ridiculous plan, and maybe even some exchange of coin involved. But, you know, entertainment purposes only, YouTube. You know, I always put the disclaimer in my description. So this is for entertainment purposes only. And statements made here should not be taken as proof of fact or guilt against anyone. So here we go. What's he doing at present? Oh, he feels backed into a corner. He feels he's put himself into a position that he's got no idea how to get out of. No idea how to get out of at all. Thanks, guys, for repeating the entertainment purposes only. I do appreciate that. Like I said, I put that disclaimer in all my videos and even the live ones. You know, it only takes a second to copy and paste it in there, and yeah, it stops things getting cut off early. So anyway, he's painted himself into a corner big time. and he's trying to figure out a way out, because he's got himself, this person is so tied up, even though the end is loose. The end is loose on this tied thing. If she just reached forward and caught it in her, brought her hands forward and caught it in the teeth, she could get herself out of it. But still, he's so tied up, he can't see a way out. That's why he's wishing he never took the flip. What's in his immediate future? Conflict. Lots of conflict. He's going to have stuff coming at him from all directions. Hi, Kate Sweet Blue. Lovely to see you. Thanks, Larry girl, for letting me know. But yeah, thank you to all 40 people watching. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, if you don't want to comment, you don't have to. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, so all he's got in his immediate future is conflict coming at him from all different directions. He's going to be fighting people off from all different directions. This is a step too far, I think. I'll ask that question too as well. In his environment at the moment, the world's watching. Yes, this is interesting, because this came up with the Flynn reading as well. The world is watching, because what he's doing is, as the country's highest ranking law enforcement official, this is people in equivalent positions all around the world are looking at it and going, what? That can't happen. And you can't do that, well, in countries where, they do the right thing. Don't stress kill people. No, don't kill anyone stressed. Maybe get a voodoo doll or something. What are other people seeing? A Princess of Swords. The Page of Swords is often like the spy in the camp and all that. Exposing the rot. Whistleblowers exposing the rot. What other people are seeing is the rot, just the rot that has set in with Barr and Trump. They're seeing it on full view now. That's what they're seeing, just the rot. This is all I get. The rot that has set in, that's being exposed. It's on display for everyone to see now. Like Trump has been his own whistleblower as far as that's concerned, bringing it all out into the open. Kathy W., welcome. What are his hopes and fears? Oh my God, I keep forgetting about this. Okay. 5 of Swords, abuse of power. He hopes he can write out the accusations of abuse of power, but he fears he won't be able to. But what had me laughing was the figure in this card for abuse of power. Okay. Who else? Look at that. Who does that fellow remind you of? Hey, my name is Vladimir. You want to join me on my raft crew? Oh, hang on. I have to step on this person's foot that is clinging on. Whack, whack, whack. Oops. Oh, they slip between the waves, below the waves. What a pity. Yeah, that he's hoping he can write out accusations of abuse of power, but he's fearful he won't be able to. Yes, it's Putin. It does, doesn't it? Okay, so what is the ultimate outcome for Barr in the next couple of months? Normally you would think this is Trump. I thought, oh, Trump, emperor. But then immediately it was like, no, it's not Trump. It's the rule of law. he's going to have to face the rule of law. That's one of the meanings of the emperor is they represent the rule of law, and he's going to have to face it. I'll just double check that because Trump jumped in there too. But is this Trump? No, Three of Swords. It's not Trump. So he's going to have to face the rule of law, and it's going to cause him a lot of heartache. Three of Swords is a no card. So when I said, is this Trump? The no card came out. Now, it's the rule of law. He's going to have to face it, and it's going to cause him a lot of heartache. So there we are. Stress is going to kill half of them. Half of the 45 was the devil. No, 45 is nothing more than a minion. 45 is a symptom of, unfortunately, of a system that hasn't been maintained. All systems, whether they're mechanical, natural, digital, they all have to have some maintenance on them, including social systems. And if they aren't maintained as they should be, if the rot isn't weeded out when it should be, yeah, things can end up like Trump. Kathy W, hello. Now, what else have I got to? So we've done Flynn and we've done Barr. Oh, Trump. Now, most of you would have heard or hopefully seen the article about a leaked phone call between Obama and somebody else where he's saying that the Trump administration's actions with COVID-19 have just led to chaotic disaster, and that he's saying and Obama's saying I'm working hard on campaigning for Biden. I want to know, Pam Pierce, welcome Pam, it's lovely to see your name here. Yeah, and I want to know how Trump is reacting to just that, and then we might do a little bit more. I'm going to use a new deck. My Arthurian Tarot deck came that I have been waiting for. So I'll just get the book. The Complete Arthurian Tarot by Caitlin and John Matthews, with illustrations by Miranda Gray. So that's the new deck that I'm using. Look, this way going left and right always confuses me. So, so I'll just do an overview on this one, I think. And yeah. I'm sending all loving, healing light to the US, where some children are not doing too well. Apparently, there's something associated with COVID-19. It can be very hard on some children, and they're not doing too well. I hope that they can get on top of that. Yeah, this thing doesn't care how old you are, where you're from. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Georgie. Yeah, when you got big blue eyes. But yeah. Oh, Connie. You are such a sweetheart to worry about your students and everything. And yeah, all we can do is pray and keep hoping that things can work out. Yeah. Oh, Barr, yeah. So, what do we look at? Oh, Trump's reaction to this leaked phone call with Obama criticising him. Wonder what that would be. Queen. That is 8. I always keep my little guide here for the major arcanas in case they don't have the normal name on it. And this is a new deck. The 8 Justice. Yep. But it's justice, but another term for another way of looking at justice is objectivity. He's not being objective. He's not being objective, and he's feeling justified to be angry or whatever. Over you. What's Trump's reaction? Grey or hollow? That is hello. That is the Ace of Cups. Oh, he is overflowing with emotion. Oh, let's have a look. Stone Queen. This is the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins, the Stone Queen. And he's like, you know, but he didn't leave us any resources. He didn't leave us any resources. Bull dust. They left a full, you know, they left a full stockpile. They left a full thing of, but he's still claiming it's Obama's fault for not leaving him any resources. And that's what he's trying to, that's his argument. Grail 2, this is the 2 of Cups. He's really upset about this. This is over him. He's really upset that Obama is backing Biden, and that's on the forefront of his mind. He's so angry about that. It's right at the front of his mind. The immediate future with him at the moment. Stone 2 of Pentacles. He's going to try and manipulate the situation. Stone 2 of Pentacles. Going to try and manipulate it and see if he can make it work. What's underneath? What doesn't he show? Sword 3. Yeah, he's this is interesting because the sword is going over the bridge and into the canyon. He feels betrayed. He feels betrayed. You know what? I think Obama did something that in his first couple of years, that all he feels about Obama is betrayal. This is how he feels about Obama 24/7, and he has for years. He feels betrayed by him for some reason, and he never ever let it go. I don't know whether it's maybe some law Obama passed or whatever, but yeah, Obama did something that Trump didn't like, and you know, if Trump hates, he hates forever, and he feels betrayed by him. That's past actions leading to Spear 10. Oh yeah, he's feeling. This is the 10 of Wands. But he burdened me. He burdened me. So I'm so angry. He left me burdened. He's still stuck on this. He left me with nothing thing, which is bull dust, and which Jim Acosta quite rightly pointed out. But you've had 3 years to fill the stockpile. You know, so he's still sticking with this old argument that Trump left him with nothing. What's the next step for him? The spiral tower, which is the tower. Oh, something's coming up that's going to rock the boat a bit for him with regard to this. Yeah, that'd be right. Oh, it's more than just him being black. It's, yeah, I think it could be right about the White House Correspondents' Dinner. That sent him from being, was that before the 2011 or after? Because I think it's from even before 2011 when he started the birth certificate thing. Yeah, but this is the tower. So Trump's going around having a temper tantrum. I don't know, there's a tower moment there. I don't know what it is, but it's something to do with, I think just it coming out that Obama saying that has caused a lot of people to sit up and go, really? Wow. Let's have a look. What's this tower moment about? Spear Maiden. This is Page of Wands. Yeah, somebody speaking about his actions. Because it's Obama who said something, a lot of people who are just letting it wash over their heads, but Obama said it. And it's making them stop and think, oh, wow. Wow. So that's caused a tower moment for him, because Obama speaking on his actions, which he hasn't, very rarely done, he hasn't, as far as I know, where a lot of people have just let all this wash over them and say, oh, yeah, that's just people not liking Trump and all that, blah, blah, blah. They're going, oh, wow, this is serious. This is really serious. And they're having a closer look where they might not have before. Was this street leaking a strategic move? It might have been. I can have a look at that. These are great cards. They're beautiful cards. Inflate the baby Trumps. Yeah. The Burford thing began in 2008. I think he was out for him right from the start. I'm just wondering if that's when Trump decided to go Republican at 2008. Maybe he put feelers out with the Democratic Party about running, and they said, no, we're looking at Obama. And that could have been it, a slight, you know. And the White House Correspondents' Dinner just did it, sealed it. But I really think it's from way back then. And proved him wrong. Yeah. Millie Malavi, welcome. It's lovely to see your name there. Hi, Sharon Snipe. Nice to see you. Kathy W, Keisha, yes, I think I've said hello. So, was this leaking a strategic move? Just go yes or no on this one. Was leaking of the phone call a strategic move? That was bad shuffling. Right, put that back in. It's meant to come out. Well, it can. James Lee, hello. Where are you? Show me your name, James. Hey. Hi, James. Hi, James. So, was it a strategic exercise? Yeah. We'd be justified in thinking that. Let's see. Was it a strategy? The Green Knight, which is 15. The Green Knight, 15. The Devil, the Wounded King. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Spear Maiden. Oh, the Hermit. No, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the Wounded King is the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it was. It was. Gale, hello. Yep. And they knew it had upset him. The King of Swords thoughts. Yep. They knew it was. It was a strategy. The Cauldron is Temperance, I think. 14. Or Death. No? Yeah. It was. Okay. Yeah. I think his hatred of the Democrats goes. I seriously think he put out feelers and they slapped him down, which is when he decided to go over to the Republicans, and when his hatred of all things Democrat really started. Yeah. Now let's see. I actually hopped on my Strider this morning for not for long, but you know. Put those cards away now. They're great to use, but I want to double check a couple of things with them. So, yes, we've got some asking about if the virus will move through the White House. A lot of people are getting it, aren't they? Ian Rob, how lovely to see you. See your name there. Okay, let's have a look at the virus in the White House. I'm going to swap over to my little Kipper cards for these because I find when looking at things with virus, these are really, really good. So, Kipper cards, the virus moving through the White House. Who is it going to hit? The main man will be Trump. Main woman will be Melania. Then we'll go on from there. Oopsie daisy. Gaining a lot of money flew out. So did Rich Girl. Yeah, I'm going to have to start walking. I think I'm going to start taking Whitby for a walk every day. It hurts my knees, but I've got to start doing more. So, yep. Ivanka's diamond heist. Yeah, there's something about that, isn't there? But we're looking at coronavirus in the White House. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can find out. Okay. Military person, upside down, work occupation, high honours, gaining a lot of money, sad news. A little child, bereavement, unexpected money, house, that's the White House, that's a short illness, living room, upside down, rich, good gentleman, a change, grief and adversity. So grief, that's upside down. So quite a bit of grief and quite a bit of adversity, which is things to have to overcome. The main person, there's Trump, receiving a gift, marriage card, it's upside down. Melania is upside down. So Trump, I'm only doing 3 rows of 6. So basically half the cards. Trump doesn't appear till the bottom line, and he's upside down. He's right side up, sorry. Receiving a gift. He's going to avoid it. Grief and adversity is behind him. So any danger he was in is behind him. It's been turned upside down, but military person, it's upside down. Maybe one of the chiefs of staff might get it. Someone with high honours. Military person upside down. Their work occupation, bereavement is upside down. So military person, bereavement, and a change. Maybe one of the chiefs of staff for the military might get it. Bereavement, they could even, succumb to it, leading to a change in that position. Of course, a new person coming into that position, and that change, grief and adversity, finding the right person. Military person, it is a person, that's what they do for their, it is a person of high honour. So I'm thinking one of the chiefs of staff, maybe. Yeah. Seems to be a before and an after. I'm going to do another. Yeah, so we've got the present here in the middle. So I've done another row. So we've got 7 by 3. The present is the one right down the middle. Gaining a lot of short illness. Good news. Trump is on the bottom. Unexpected money. It is one of his chief of staff, I think, who might succumb. The White House, Trump. High honours in the White House, Trump. Yep. Short illness, sad news. Someone close to Trump. It could be sad news getting sent after a short illness. Could be that maybe that valet might not pull through. Someone who's supposedly Trump, but Trump receives a gift that's on his this way. No, it's this way. So it's Trump's looking towards a gift. He's not going to get it. I don't know how he's just not going to get it, but maybe because they're pumping him with so much stuff that the vice just looks at him and says, oh, hell no, this is the present. But the present illness with the thing, gaining a lot of money, he's used it to make money. There's no doubt about that. The marriage card is upside down, so that's not looking good for him. And next to that is Melania, and she's upside down. And success in love is upside down. So his marriage is on the rocks. Just on the rocks. Melania's got someone else in the background, a rich, good gentleman. She's got somebody else there. But great happiness is upside down for her on a diagonal. So she might have someone there, but I don't think it's going to work out. Yeah, the living room. Sad news, the living room often represents a period of time, anywhere from 24 hours to 24 years, 24 months. This is upside down. So I'm going to assume it's not going to be a super extended period of time. I'm saying probably within 24 days. Child is generally a good news, a positive influence, a little child. It's a positive card, but in this case, it is upside down. So that's a negative influence in the living room. Another negative influence over the next 24 days, so three odd weeks. But it's countered by receiving a gift. Whatever this negative thing is, it got between it and Trump, it's got good news. Receiving a gift, so it's counterbalanced by that. So there's something negative that's going to come out. So we've got the present and we've got the past. So somebody getting ill and stuff and is not doing well. Possibly, but we've got the president here. It's President holiday stuff. Expectations and great happiness. People have been expecting Trump and Pence to at least, one of them at least, to get it, and it hasn't happened. This is still upside down. So if it's behind Trump, then possibly Pence could be in danger of getting it. In the past, he's been making money off it, but also, the military person. I think I know what this is now because it's in the past. It's not a chief of staff. I think this might be the USS Theodore Roosevelt. And the bereavement, people have died on that ship, and the change was making the change in the captain, but I think he's going to be reinstated. So I think that's not a chief of staff. The work occupation, unexpected money. High honours. Yeah, he was turned upside down. His work was taken from him, and he feels like his honours were taken from him. But he's going to be restored. Don't worry about that. So all that, because that's the past. Trump is in the past looking forward. What's ahead of him is his marriage isn't good. Yeah. The present, he's getting a gift at the moment, and it's probably the gift of a bit more of the Teflon Don stuff. But yeah, people haven't been getting ill there till recently, but people are starting to get ill. There's still some sad news in the future. complemented by a reversed good card, so that's going to be like even worse than normal with the child upside down, and it's the sort of news you'd expect given the situation. Possibly Pence. Just wondering if possibly Pence might get it. Great happiness upside down. It's going to cause a lot of trouble. Rich good gentleman expected. Whoever this rich good gentleman is, associated with Melania, sitting in the middle of it. He's sitting in the middle of a lot of reversals or sad news, and yeah. It could be Pence, but I don't think it's Pence. I think Melania had hopes. She had hopes with this rich good gentleman, but that's not going to work out either. I don't know what hopes she had. I can't see Melania hooking up with Pence. I really can't. But I think there's someone in the administration that she's hooked up with, and it's just not going to go anywhere. Someone who's relatively decent when compared to the rest of them, but it's not going to go anywhere. But also the marriage is on the rocks too. And Melania, she's upside down. I think within 3 weeks, someone's in the White House is going to get it as well, in the White House circle. I still seem to think it's going to be Pence, but we'll have to wait and see. So that's my Kipper reading on that. The Bodyguard. You've been watching that British show, Georgie Moon, Connie Brown. That's I've heard it's pretty steamy, but not really the sort of show I watch. GMR5, yes, that would be wonderful. Now, let's have a look. So we've had a look at the White House circle with COVID-19. The other question I wanted to ask, so I'll keep on with these, is there's been, watching reports, is, now I'm talking about continental Europe here, so I'm not talking about the UK, but just there's been reports from some countries of increases in cases. So just have a sip of my cold coffee. So could there be a second wave of K19 coming, starting in continental Europe? On the stupid invasion of Venezuela by Trump fan from what happened there? I have no idea what you're talking about there. So if someone could a Trump fan invaded Venezuela, or I'd certainly read on it. It sounds like it could be but can somebody bring me up to speed on that one? Sweden? Yeah, no, that's part of continental Europe, so we'll look at that as well. Did thank you very much. Yeah, I will make you a moderator. I'll get on to the YouTube thing later and find you and make you a moderator. Thank you for helping. I know that the other three do multiple sites, so yeah, that way they don't have to feel like they need. Yeah, so thank you. I will do that, Deb said. Is that Whippy you hear in the background? No, I think that might have been hubby. Okay, let's see. Is continental Europe in for a second wave? So we'll start with this line here will be present, and then the next 3 months after that. So 4 rows. Three rows of 4. Continental Europe. High honours, I'm taking that as continental Europe. It's got a lot of families of, a lot of monarchies there in continental Europe. So we'll take the high honours as representing continental Europe, a long history of monarchies and kingdoms and things like that. This is the present line. We've got bereavement is starting up again. They're still going through a period of bereavement because the first line here, I've got four lines of 3, and the first line is the present, and then it's a month. Each line is a month from now. Like we're in May, June, July, August. So during May, yeah, there's more bereavement coming for them. Unexpected money upside down, which means that they're not going to be able to open up as much as they used to. They're going to have to maybe lock down again. Success in love is upside down, so that again is the journey is upside down, which means it's going to be a lot longer than they anticipated. Court. Yeah, there's going to be, the court is system of government. Courts, court here can also represent a system of government and stuff. So it's going to be, that's up the right way. So the system of government is going to, in June, they're going to be handling it, but there's still a long way to go. They haven't beaten it. So, it looks like it might be coming up again. Theft. So high honours, success in love is upside down. I'm going across at the moment. Theft, it's theft of life, which that's a virus. That's what it does. It robs people, work occupation. But August looks like there's work occupation right side up, so maybe people can maybe get back to work. But June, so we've got success in love, a journey, and so June, they've still got a long way to go in June, but the system is doing okay. I think they've learned a lot of lessons from previously, so they might not have as much loss. July's not looking good. Like, it's got theft of life, that's the virus to me. Meetings, they're meeting amongst themselves, the countries are meeting amongst themselves to try and find something. Great happiness is upside down, so there's still a lot of loss ahead of happening in July. July is not looking too good. Now, we've got the main person here was a female here. Now, this is August. Work occupations upside down, so people getting back to work. Main person upside down. They're still going to have a ways to go. The main person is one down and at the end of the row from the high honours, which is generally Europe as a whole, but there's a main person there who they could lose one of the leaders. Okay, one of the leaders could be lost, possibly a woman. But August is good news, so there might be another wave coming between now and August in continental Europe. Yep. So yeah, continental Europe not looking the best over. Yeah, there could be another wave. Will it be as big as the initial one? Got the marriage card upside down when I asked that question. They won't have to commit as much as they did before. So it's not going to be as large as the other one. But they're still going to have to handle some shutdowns and all that. But it's not going to be as large and as big a loss as the other one. So hopefully so that is my Kipper reading using the Kipper cards on continental Europe. Are they in for another? No, John Pelosi. I was just reading on continental Europe only, because I saw an article which Spain and a couple of other countries had reported an increase in cases of COVID-19. So I was just looking at if continental Europe was in for another wave. It looks like they could be not as big as the previous one, and probably through the worst of it by August, probably. So yeah. Anyway, what? Anyone got a question? Polls are suggesting that Trump and Biden are in a tight race. Anyone with me on the feeling that are they really? When do I see international flights beginning? I think that's still going to be a while away. But there is talk down here of the Trans-Tasman, which is New Zealand and Australia, the Trans-Tasman corridor opening up again for travel between New Zealand and Australia. And I'm just putting all these cards, taking any reversals out of this deck. But I'll have a look at global travel in a couple of minutes. Just let me get through this deck and there's a comedian called Tom Allen, British comedian, absolutely love him. And the Emperor card in this Grand Lux Tarot sort of reminded me a little bit of him, but not quite. The Emperor card is a bit rougher around the edges than Tom is himself, but there was a very strong resemblance between the two. So if you like British comedians and haven't heard of him or check him out, please do. He's a very funny guy. yeah, I'm not even going to bother reading on the polls because I just think my instinct straight off is that's bull dust. That's just false. I was looking at McInerney. Now, did somebody fill me in on that Trump supporter who invaded Venezuela? I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I can look at the USA with the so anyway, international global travel. When will global flights resume? It's okay to be scared and everything. Oh my goodness. What, the president is the bad president or the good president? Because there's that tussle between, yeah, an ex-Green Beret, was he? Aren't Green Berets? Oh yeah, they're American, yeah. Aren't they? Yeah. What am I thinking of? What are the British ones? The SAS or whatever, but they've got berets too. I will have a look at the invasion of Venezuela. We'll have a look at that before I go. But let's look at global travel. When will global travel open up? So I'm going to do May, June, July, August. So I'm using the tarot cards again. So May, Hangman. No, it's not going to be in May. June. No, there's no in June. And we've got the Five of Swords, which is an abuse of power. People would abuse the system in June, I think. July, Knight of Cups. Oh, there's the possibility and offer, but still maybe a little bit too shiny to be real. Page of Wands, news about action, new action, news about possibly opening up. So May, June, July, August. We're looking at August, possibly for fully open up international, for global travel to be resuming, but I think there'll still be some restrictions on that. So let's have a look. August, King of Cups, maintaining rebalancing in this instance. It's setting up a new balance with international travel, finding a new balance there. Queen of Wands, still being careful and still cautious, but compassion. I think there's still going to be a lot of restrictions on international travel, but compassionate cases will be allowed to happen. You know, like if you've got to go and visit, you've got a relative dying somewhere, like a close family relative or something, and you need to go and see them, that will be able to happen. Travel for leisure. No, there'll still be a firm grip on travelling for leisure. Okay. King of Wands putting a firm hold on actions. So there's still going to be a bit of a tight hold on travelling for leisure. Because if they open it up too much, they'll lead to a big, more illness if it's not handled carefully, if they don't have a firm grip on it. So yes, there's going to be some global traveling being able to happen. That's global. Now, how about we look at regional? Like I was saying before, we have this talk about opening up the Trans-Tasman route, which is Australia, New Zealand, and some of the Pacific Islands areas, out as far as Fiji, possibly down here. So that's regional. So how about regional international travel? Let's have a look at that. Regional international travel. Just do it. So regional, like, Mexico, US, Canada, UK, continental Europe, African thing, the African region, Middle East, all within their little areas. So regional travel. Yeah, we've had some government ministers here trying to flout the earlier on, trying to flout the regulations, but going, but I've got to go this, and one of them had to resign. So yeah. The Imperial March from Star Wars. Okay. Regional travel. 8 of Coins. They're really looking at a lot more at regional travel, working out the details and how they can open up some regional travel. My King of Swords. It's got to put a lot of thought into it. It could happen. 3 of Wands. So that's June. Ships coming in. June is more likely. King of Swords, there's still investigations, still looking at stuff, which is indicated by the 8 of Queens. July, the Star, hope. People are feeling a lot more hopeful. August for regional. Oh, look, in some areas, some will open up and they'll be hopeful. For August, regional travel, heartbreak. There are some regions that are going to have to shut down again. Not every region. I'm not saying this is every region, but there are some regions where. So I think it's going to open up a bit more in June, and they're looking hopeful in July, but for some areas it's not so good. So is this regional travels shut down completely in August? No. 7 of Swords, this is a no card. When I asked the question, will regional travel be shut down completely in August? No, not completely. There's still going to be some areas where regional travel can happen. So in August. But it could open up in in July. So yeah, June. So it could open up a bit in July. Yeah, there's still going to be some areas where it's going to be judged okay to do it, but somewhere the judgment is no, we've got to shut down again. Let's see. I think this might be continental Europe as we were looking at it, but will the US be able to travel between the northern continental region? Will they be open to travel? Yes. Yeah, they'll be able to travel Canada, Mexico, all that sort of stuff, that region in August. They'll still be able to do that. So that's not going to be one of the areas where they have to shut down again. But I also got the warning is that flash in my heart. It would be too soon to go global, but it's okay regional, but too soon to go global. So here we go. Yeah, so even in August, it's still too soon to go global. So you want me to look at using the Kippers, see if the US is in for a second wave? So we might do that. Okay. Oh. In November. What do you want to know about November, Lucian? Okay, let's see if there's a second wave coming up for the US. So we'll start now with May. Oh, we're receiving a gift turned upside down. June, July, August. Main person, Trump. Expectations. His thoughts. The House. Change. Upside down. Gloomy thoughts. A journey. Long way to go. Yeah, look, I think Trump's at the present spouting off about all the good things he's doing, but he's got two reverse guards above him, one above him and one below, which is receiving a gift. So whatever he's saying is not good. It's not true. Don't believe it. And the change, he's not going to make any changes to the way he does things. So that's at the present. Marriage card, things are okay for a while. June looks like marriage card is right side up, happy, harmony. expectations. People are hoping to be able to go back to work and get out some more, and they're going to be able to do that to an extent. But there's some gloomy thoughts. People are going to be thinking about it. And unfortunately, the card here, the dark clouds are ahead of them. So heading into July, a long way. Even though things are better, there's still a long way to go before this is finished. But it's still looking bright and sunny. So you're still on an okay track at the moment. His thoughts upside down. Things are a little bit upside down. I think there might be some confusion happening about in some areas about whether we should prepare for another lockdown or not, or other cases going up or down, because you've got 50 states there. So you've still got a long way to go before this whole thing is finished through. Living room in July, that's people are still, they're going to get out and they're going to still do things. They're going to go shopping and stuff like that and meet people for coffee, but not as much as they used to. They're still going to be a little bit, maybe staying at home a bit more. It's summer, high summer there for you guys in July, and a lot of people are home from holidays, so a lot of people are going to be home anyway with the holidays. August, prison upside down, isolation, the house is upside down, and journey is upside down, long journey. I think there might be a second wave coming in August. So be careful. Maybe spend the summer preparing for things like this, setting up things that you can for working and stuff. But don't be surprised if come August people start getting sick again, even though it might have a relief for a couple of months. And also there's going to be a little bit of a period of confusion sometime in July. But you could have another wave coming in August. We'll see. We'll see. Is Trump making money off coronavirus? You wanted to know if he's put dodgy money in Barron's name. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. He's probably done that all his life with all of his kids. Oh, this is my child's trust fund. So, is Trump squirreling ill-gotten gains away in Barron's name? Laura Carson, welcome. Nice to see your name there. Sorry if I didn't say hello earlier. Okay, is Trump squirreling ill-gotten gains away in Barron's name? That's a yes card, but that also means someone's keeping an eye on it. So, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Quite a bit of it. Yes, he is. Ace of Wands. But yes, he is. He's squirreling away money that's meant to be for the support of others. Quite a bit of it, and he is. The Empress holding the child. He's putting it in the child's name. But new investigations, along with the Queen of Swords on the bottom, people are keeping an eye on it. I don't think he's going to be able to quite get away with that. Knight of Wands, investigations. Four of Queens. He's going to try and keep it secret. He's trying to keep it secret, but people know. Knight of Wands, investigations. There's investigations underway, and they're going to have a really strong case. Will this add towards him having to leave? Two of Cups, yes. The Tower is a no, but the Nine of Wands is a yes. Yes, it will. It's another brick in the downfall of the Trump Tower, figuratively. The Trump Tower being the whole Trump thing. You know, the people who are familiar with me might know that towers to me don't necessarily mean the one event that brings it all crashing down. It's just another brick taken out of the foundations. So, yeah, he is. How about we look at what is happening between Paula White and Melania Trump? What is going on there? I found my reference folder that I had lost. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put 3 cards. Melania on the left. Sorry. Melania on the left. Paula White on the right. 3 cards down. Centre card. What's going on, what the situation is. We'll see. So, thank you, Laura. That's lovely. You don't have to, you don't have to comment if you don't want to and stuff. Yeah, who's Paula White? Paula White, Trump's spiritual advisor. You know that awful woman? Paula White. So, let's see. Wow. When I closed my eyes, I just saw claws. Please read on Paula White. I'll do a reading on her too. But at the moment, I'm just doing her versus Melania. So what's going on? So, Melania, Queen of Wands. Whew. Paula White, 4 of Swords. Melania, Knight of Wands. Paula White, 2 of Swords. Melania, the Moon. Paula White, King of Cups. What's in the center? The Knight of Cups. Romance. The Knight of Cups is in the center. This is Trump thinking he's all that. Paula White does not have any feelings for Trump, but she would bonk him. She's probably revolted by him. I'll have to have a look at that later. But she would jump in there with him if it got her the power she wanted. Now, so Melania, Queen of Wands. No doubt about it. She's the First Lady. And if she gets pissed off at you, you feel it. She's got people looking into Paula White. She's sent out her little investigative knights to look into Paula White. And she's drowned out every secret that woman ever had. It's not because she gives a shit about Trump, but she hasn't cared about any other rumored things. But Paula White is going to have to back down. 4 of Wands. She's going to be retiring and licking her wounds. And she's going to have to she's going to have to try and find a way to, she's trying to decide whether she should go to Trump and say, your wife's being mean to me. This is, yeah, I think Melania thinks she's banging Trump, to put it crudely. But should she continue to bang Trump? Is it worth it? Is it worth her time? Melania generally couldn't give a toss who Trump is sleeping with, as long as they keep quiet and they don't try to get themselves into a position of power. Paula White is trying to get herself way up there in powerful circles by sleeping with Trump, and Melania, you don't do that. You don't use him as a stepping ladder. I'm a watching you, girl. Yuck is right. Speaking in tongues. Paula White was speaking in tongues in the White House. Well, that is just sacrilegious. I mean, that is just so disrespectful. This isn't just Melania. This is, I don't know what state she comes from, but whatever state she comes from, there are people investigating her. The White House and the power of the White House is Melania's turf. You're right. You don't use that. You don't try and gain power on her turf. Who's going to win this? There's going to be a sacrificial lamb here. And somehow I don't think it's going to be Melania. Hey! Look what I got on you, lady. Can I soul? It's a long dark night of the soul for Paula White. I got a spy in your camp. I'll tell you what, Paula White has got somebody in, or has had somebody in Melania's East Wing, and Melania's found out about it. She is pissed. Oh, yeah. She is pissed. You're going to feel the full force of my wrath, lady. I am setting the investigators onto you. Melania has got people digging up every piece of dirt they can find on this woman, and it's just going to mysteriously make its way into the relevant prosecutor's hand. You're the first lady? Yep. Yeah. Yep, just about another 10 minutes, please, baby. So, yeah, I'm coming up on the 2-hour mark, but I did say we'd have a look at these two tryhards who invaded Venezuela. Oh, I think Melania knows more about covert investigations and mysteriously getting information to people than Trump could ever imagine. Lucian, are you shocked? Wheaty Squeeze Box, hello! You're in for the last few minutes. I've just, I'm coming up on my 2 hours, and but I'm just going to do one more reading on the two lads who decided they were going to invade Venezuela and hold the president hostage. What were they thinking? What were they drinking? What was all that about? You got booted out? Who booted you out? Was it a sanctioned operation? 5 of Pentacles. Oh, they're out in the cold. Oh, my goodness. You don't get caught when you're doing things like that. 8 of Cups. Yeah, they're being abandoned. 2 of Wands. It was a planned operation, but it was one of those operations, if you get caught, we don't acknowledge you. 2 of Swords. Yep. Blind. You're going blind. You just do what we tell you. We're not going to tell you why we want you to do it. You're going blind. You make that decision. You take those risks. Temperance. They balanced all the risks. And Page of Pentacles. They did it for money. They did it for money as well. And the Sun. Everything's going to come out about that eventually. But basically, they haven't got a leg to stand on. Yeah. Okay, my darlings. Weezy, I'm so sorry you joined in so late, but you know, I do only do 2 hours on a Sunday because but I'm gonna probably pop on during the week and do another hour during the week. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that, your time. It should be like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, my time, something like that. I hope that you all have a lovely weekend. I know most of you have the bulk of the weekend ahead of you. Please look after yourself, my darling, and enjoy, keep going strong. Okay, no problem. Love you all. Bye-bye.